All right, what is going on, everybody? Type some sevens in the chat, some fire in the chat. If you guys are fired up about being a part of the greatest opportunity of our lifetime, I'm so excited to be on this call. I'm so excited to share some valuable information with you guys. It's going to help you change your life and take 2025 to new heights. I mean, I truly believe that this information that we're going to go over on this call could easily make 2025 your best year yet by 5 to 10 times. Okay. And so I just want to start off with really something very powerful. I know we normally start with, something slow or just getting right into the call, but I want you guys to participate on this call. And I really want you guys to be playing full out. Hopefully, you guys have a notebook and a pen ready because there's going to be a lot of stuff talked about on this call. And it's a scientific fact that our brain can only retain 5% of the information that is not written down. So if you guys listen to this entire call and don't write anything down, you're literally only going to remember probably 5% of it. So I'll just say this. If you write down this information and you remember it and you apply it to your life, you're going to see some big changes happen over the next few months. And really, I'm excited to go over what was talked about at the GoPro event last weekend. But we're going to finish with something called the 90-day run challenge. Okay. And this is something that has catapulted my life every time that I've done it. We've had a bunch of leaders on this call do the 90-day run challenge, and it's completely changed their life. And it's really where you just put the blinders on for 90 days of your life and cut out all the fat and just go all in on your dreams and your goals. And so I'm going to explain that at the end of this call. And so stay on till the end of the call and make sure you hear that part because that's going to be the most important and most powerful part of this entire training. Okay. And so the first thing, like I said, that I want you guys to start out with, I want to start out with some participation. And I want you guys to take a second and write in the chat and also write down in your notebook, why did you get started with this? And I don't want some cookie cutter answer like I want to make money, I want to have, you know, a nicer car, I want to have a nicer house. Like those are all great reasons, but I want you guys to get deep for a second and really think about why you got started with this. My mentors used to tell me your why should make you cry, right? And so if you think about why you got started with this and it doesn't make you cry, it's not deep enough. And so I'll tell you guys my why real quick. I'll get vulnerable with you to start the call off. My why is, my parents, I was blessed to have a great childhood. Both my parents, they had a lot of success growing up and they gave me a great childhood and gave me a lot of opportunities to do a lot of amazing things in my life. And I've messed up a lot in life. I've made a lot of bad choices that, one made me homeless, one put me in some really terrible situations. I've been down and out on life, and they've always been there for me. And so I want to be able to give back to them. I want to be able to retire them. And not only that, I want to make sure they're good and can live the rest of their life stress free, never have to worry about a dollar again or running their businesses or anything. But I also have an 8-year-old son. And one thing that's important to me is having him grow up watching his dad chase his dreams, watching his dad achieve his dreams and go after everything that he wants with everything that he has. I want my son to realize that he can achieve anything that he wants to in this world by watching his dad, go after his dreams and not settle for average. And so obviously I want the freedom. I want, to have the nice car and the nice house and be able to do what I want when I want, never worry about, time or money. But those are the deep reasons why I do this, and it gets me emotional when I even think about it. And the reason why I want to start the call off with that is because, if you don't know why you're doing this, it's going to be hard to stick it out. And I'll get into that more in depth later on in the call, but I want you guys to keep in mind your why this entire call. So hopefully you wrote it down on your notebook and you put it in front of you every single day, somewhere where you can see it, because that's what's going to keep you going. Okay. But guys, first thing that I want to go over that was talked about at GoPro and everything that I'm going to talk about on this call was said at the event. So it's just me translating the information over to you guys. I'm going to try to compress, like I said, 24 hours of training. We were on the call Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. It was crazy. So 20, obviously there was some breaks in there, but 24 hours of training, I'm gonna try to condense in the next little over an hour. Okay. So it's gonna be a lot of information, but like I said, if you can soak it in and really absorb it and apply it to your life, it can absolutely be life-changing for you. So, a lot of people ask, why network marketing? Why do people get started in this industry of network marketing? Why do people, want to build a customer base and build teams and, get involved with a company that has a product or service and you can sell this product or service and, make commissions from it and you can build a team globally. Why do people do that? Well, there's a few reasons. Number one, why network marketing is the best industry in the world. And if you have another industry that you think is better, please tell me because I've seen it all. I've seen solar, I've seen real estate, I've seen, insurance, I've seen traditional business, all of it. Nothing is wrong with any of those, but I just believe network marketing is the best because it has one, the lowest barrier to entry. Okay? This is all stuff that you can write down too, so that you have it as fuel whenever you're talking to somebody. Network marketing has the lowest barrier to entry. It's $150 to get started with this, guys. What other business in the world can you start for $150? I'll wait. None, right? It's low risk. You have no overhead, right? My parents who own businesses, their overhead is $50 to $100,000 a month. They have to make $50 to $100,000 a month just to break even. That's traditional business for you. And here, your overhead is what? $150 a month. If you refer three people, it's nothing. You literally are running a business for nothing. Okay? Everything's handled for you. Again, traditional business, you got to handle customer service, payroll, legal, the websites, marketing, all of that. That's all taken care of for you here. You have a back office that tracks everything. Okay? Best products. In the network marketing industry, what do the companies do? They don't pay millions of dollars for a commercial or a social media ad. You know what they do? They take that money and they put it back into the company, back into the customers. And so typically, network marketing companies have the best products in the world. The leadership that is inside of network marketing is insane. You have access to the leadership at your fingertips. 6, 7, 8-figure earners, people who have gone down the path that you're going down right now, have had the success that you want to have, and you're able to literally ask them anything that you want. You're in these Telegram chats with some very successful people, and you can learn from them. You can ask them questions every single day. Okay. And here's the best part about network marketing. It's people helping people. The only way that you win inside of network marketing is if you help other people win. See, in traditional business, you got to stab someone in the back to get to the top, or you got the people at the top that are like, you know what? I want you to do good, but not better than me. So I'm going to just keep you down here, right? Here, it's the exact opposite. The only way I win is if I help other people win. The only way that the top guys have success is if they help create other success stories. And so that's just my belief on why network marketing is the greatest industry in the world for anybody to be a part of. Okay. And so the next thing I'm going to go over is, why people aren't winning, right? What is the biggest reason why you or anyone else isn't winning in their life? Not just with network marketing, but in general. A lot of people are sitting there waking up every single day going, man, why am I not winning in life? What is going on? And do you want to know what the number one reason is? Obviously, there's a lot of things going on in people's lives, but do you want to know the number one thing that's holding people back? Guess in the chat. What's the number one thing that's holding people back in their life? Let's see if anybody can get it. A couple of people said it. Themselves. It's you. You're holding you back. That is the biggest reason why people are not winning today. It's because of their limiting beliefs. See, if you have limiting beliefs inside of your mind on why you're not winning, you're never going to be able to get to that next level in life because your thought is, well, I don't deserve that next level because I have some limiting belief inside of me. I'm not good enough. I don't deserve that. I can't handle it. I don't know how to. I don't, right? All these limiting beliefs are stopping you from getting to the next level. See, the gap between what you know and what you want is what you do or don't do. And so your actions every single day is what's going to get you to where you want to be. See, a lot of people, they already know what to do. A lot of you have probably been on some of these training calls before. Maybe some of you have been around network marketing for years. Some of you maybe are brand new and you're trying to just get this thing off the ground. Either way is cool. But you guys have probably learned different things about success over the years. And there's only one reason why you're not winning and why you don't have what you want because you're not doing what you need to do to win. And a lot of people are like, man, why am I not doing what I need to do to win? Well, you have some form of limiting belief inside of you that's keeping you from doing the work, right? A lot of people, the best way I can think of it is like people that go to the gym to get in shape. And I'm guilty of it, right? People, they get in shape to a certain level, and then it's almost like they go back to that benchmark weight that they were at. And then they get in better shape, and then they go back to that benchmark shape. Why is that? Because your homeostasis, what you think you deserve, right? If you cut down to 150 pounds, right? And you're in lean fit shape, but you think you deserve to be 170, oh, I'm not an athlete. I'm not really athletic. I'm not an in shape person. Those limiting beliefs is what keeps pulling you back to that place that you are. And it's the same with money. If you are making, $60,000 a year, and then say that next year you get to like 90, 100,000, and then the following year you go back to 60,000. Well, if there was some limiting belief inside of you that said, "Whoa, that's not where we deserve to be. That's not what we deserve to have." And it pulls you back. Okay? And so the only way to get to the next level in the life is to destroy your limiting beliefs. So you got to realize that there's some form of beliefs inside in your mind. Okay? Bob Proctor, he's one of the greatest when it comes to mindset and personal development. You guys should look him up after this call, Bob Proctor. But he talks about inside of our mind, there's these things called paradigms. Okay? A paradigm is a multitude of habits that you have ingrained into your brain that you continue to do on a daily basis because it's what's normal to you, right? Some people do the same thing every single day because it's habit. It's the paradigm that they've formed in their brain. And so you guys have to realize the only way that you get to the next level in life is by forming a new paradigm, forming new habits and new beliefs that are going to allow you to succeed. And so there's two ways that you can form a new paradigm. One is an emotional impact. Two is repetition of thought. So basically, either something drastic needs to happen in your life, right? People have a midlife crisis. You get up and move across the country. A family member dies. Something crazy happens in your life where you're like, that's it. I'm changing, right? Or if you don't have an emotional impact, it's repetition of thought. So you guys have to write down right now. I want you guys to take 30 seconds and I want you to write down in your notebook what are one or two limiting beliefs that you have about yourself right now. One or two limiting beliefs when it comes to success. When it comes to you succeeding in life, what are one or two limiting beliefs that you have? Write them down right now. Take 30 seconds. And if you want to share them in the chat, you can. One of my limiting beliefs in the past was, do I deserve it? I always questioned whether I was good enough or not. And it's something that I've had to work on for years to destroy that limiting belief. And now I wake up every single day knowing that I'll be one of the best network marketers to ever live because I have that confidence in myself that I deserve it, right? And so hopefully by you guys writing down those one or two limiting beliefs, you can look at what is the opposite of that. So if your limiting belief is, I don't deserve to have that type of success, I don't deserve to be a millionaire. What's the opposite of that? I deserve to be a millionaire. I deserve to make $1 million. So what you need to do is you need to repeat the opposite of your limiting belief every single day to yourself, as many times as you can. That's what Bob Proctor is talking about when he says forming a new paradigm by repetition of thought. You got to repeat that new belief, that new paradigm over and over and over and over and over until it becomes your new belief. And you start acting, walking, talking, eating, sleeping, breathing like that new person, that new belief that you have. Okay? And so there's a few different ways, guys, that we can grow our self-worth. We can grow who we are as a person. Okay? And I'm going to give you some very big keys. Again, guys, I want you to understand all of this that I'm going over, I'm not just spitting it out of nowhere. This is stuff that I've learned over the last 10 years in the industry, but this is all stuff from the event. Okay? This is all stuff from GoPro. And I'm repeating from Eric Worre's mouth. Eric Worre, who's made over $100 million. Okay? This is stuff that can change your life. So hopefully you're absorbing all this. How do we grow our self-worth? Next level awareness. Number one. Write that down. Number one way you grow your self-worth is next level awareness. You have to be aware 100% of the time of your thoughts, of your actions, and of your words. You need to have next level awareness of your thoughts, actions, and words. If you aren't aware of those three things, you're not aware of what you're thinking, guys, what you think about becomes about. What you speak. I literally say this to my son every day, and he finishes the sentence. I say, Charlie, what you speak, and he says, comes true, Daddy. And so understand that if you aren't aware of what you're thinking, oh man, I hate my life right now. Oh man, I'm so angry about being stuck in traffic. Oh, that person made me really angry. That ruined my day. Are those the thoughts in your head? In your head? Or is it, oh man, I'm so grateful that I'm in a car. I have a car to drive. Yeah, I may be stuck in traffic, but at least I have a car to drive. Oh man, it's cold in my house. Man, at least I have blankets to wake up and I slept in. Or at least I woke up this morning. At least I'm breathing. Man, I'm in so much pain. My body hurts. I don't really want to work out today. Man, I'm so grateful that I can afford a gym membership. See how there's always a positive in every situation. So you can choose to look at the negative in your life and focus on it, or you can choose to focus on the positive. So be aware of your thoughts, be aware of your actions, right? If you're sitting on the couch watching TV, do you think that's going to get you closer to your goals? Probably not. You should go, man, I should probably turn off this TV and read a book. Next level awareness of your words. Are you spewing gossip and hate towards other people? Are you spewing gratitude and love towards people? See, you will start to grow your self-worth and who you are as a person when you start to change your thoughts, actions, and words. Start to have awareness around who you are as a person every single day. And no, you're not going to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to think things that you shouldn't think. You're going to say things that you shouldn't say. You're going to do things that you shouldn't do. And that's okay. Don't be hard on yourself, but just pivot. Make the adjustment and pivot to what you know you should be doing, what you should be thinking, what you should be saying. Okay? The next thing that you can do to grow your self-worth is reprogram your mind. Okay? Reprogram your mind. Here are 5 ways that you can reprogram your mind. Number 1, write down your goals for the week, for the month, for the year, for the next 5 years. What are your goals this week? What are your goals this month? What are your goals for next year? Write them down. And don't write them down once. Write them down every single day. You reprogram your mind by continually repeating what you want to it over and over and over. Your brain has something in it called the reticular activating system. The reticular activating system is responsible for sorting your thoughts. Okay? Everyone on this call knows what schizophrenia is, right? Schizophrenia is basically when your reticular activating system is damaged. And so that person's thoughts can't be filtered. And that's why schizophrenics, they're all over the place because they're thinking so many different things at once. So all of you probably have a functioning reticular activating system. And so it's responsible for sorting all the thoughts in your brain. But here's what your reticular activating system, your RAS, does. It will sort the thoughts that you want it to sort. Have you guys ever, obsessed about a car before? And then all of a sudden you start seeing that car on the road a lot? Like, oh man, there's that car I like. Oh, wait, there's another one. And all of a sudden, there's all these cars that you'd never noticed before. That's your RAS. Those cars were always there. But your brain started to filter out all the other cars and show you what you want to see. And so here's why I'm telling you that. Because if you write down your goals every single day, your RAS will go to work to find the people, places, and things to put them in your life to make that goal happen. I know it sounds crazy, but there is science behind the law of attraction. Okay. Next thing is affirmations. And this also goes back to the RAS. Speak your goals. Okay. Don't just write down your goals, but you should be saying, I am so happy and grateful now that I'm making $1 million a year or whatever your goal is. I am so happy and grateful now that I'm saying it in present tense and I'm getting my RAS to work for me so that I can attract those things into my life. You can reprogram your mind. Number 3. So number 1 was write down your goals. Number 2 was speak your goals, affirmations. Number 3, it was pictures and videos. Guys, there's Google. There's YouTube, right? I learned this from Joey. Every time I went over to Joey's house and hung out with him, he was watching videos of mansions and houses that he wanted. Like literally house tours over and over and over. He's like dreaming about the house that he wanted. And now he's building his dream house. Like crazy, right? Crazy how that works. And so you can just go to YouTube, go to Google, and find the houses that you want to live in, the cars that you want to drive, the life that you want to live, the trips that you want to go on. Visualize that stuff. Go watch that stuff for 15, 30 minutes a day and visualize yourself going on these trips, having the house that you want, the car that you want to drive. Again, it'll get your RAS working for you. Number 4 is personal development. This is a big one. Okay? You will never have an amount of success in life that goes beyond your level of personal development. So if here's your personal development, your success is always going to hit that ceiling. So if you don't grow, your success doesn't grow. So this is where you see successful people reading books, listening to audios, masterminding with other successful people, asking mentors questions. They're doing whatever they can to grow and develop as a person every single day. Okay? That's how you can also reprogram your mind. And number 5, last one on how you can reprogram your mind is gratitude. Probably the most important one. I promise you guys, if you did nothing that I just said, and you just woke up every single morning and wrote down 3 things that you're grateful for, tell me how you feel 30 days from now. Just doing that. Literally wake up and write down 3 things that you're grateful for right when you open your eyes. First thing you do, don't grab your phone, open your eyes and write down 3 things you're grateful for. Do it every day for 30 days, just that, and tell me how you feel. You will feel like a brand new person because gratitude is one of the most powerful emotions a human can feel. and it allows you to attract everything into your life so much faster, right? Why would God give you more if you're not grateful for what you already have, right? It's like as parents, right? Like I'm a parent. I don't know if any of you are parents on the call, but as a parent, like when my son is super good and grateful, like he's always saying thank you. He's like, thank you for making me dinner, Dad. Oh, thank you for helping me, build my Lego set. Thank you, thank you. Like whenever he's saying thank you, it just makes me want to give him the world, right? Like I just want to keep spoiling him and give him everything. But it's like when he's a little jerk and he's yelling at me and he's like, no, 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 I don't want that. No, do this. And he's just so ungrateful and being a jerk. I don't want to give him anything. I want to a matter of fact, I want to take everything away from him. I'm like, let me take all your toys away. No TV, nothing. That's how God works. When you're ungrateful for everything in your life, you're complaining about everything in your life. He's like, all right, you're not grateful? I'll just start taking stuff away. I'll make it even worse. But when you're grateful for what you have, he's like, man, I want to give my kid everything. I want to bless their life because they're grateful. Okay? So reprogram your mind by being grateful. Next thing that you can do to grow your self-worth, surround yourself with movers and shakers. Pretty self-explanatory. I don't have to explain why on that one. You guys should know. You become who you hang around. Next one, evidence. How do you reprogram your self-worth? Evidence. Give yourself a command and follow it. If you say I'm going to get up at 6:30, get up at 6:30. If you say I'm going to make my bed, make your bed. If you say you're going to be at the gym at 9 a.m., be at the gym at 9 a.m. If you say you're going to work out for 45 minutes, work out for 45 minutes. If you say you're going to send out 20 prospecting messages, send out 20 prospecting messages. You know how you gain self-worth? You do what you say you're going to do. That's how you begin to trust yourself and build discipline within your life. Okay? Evidence is probably one of the biggest things that can change your self-worth. Give yourself a command and follow it. And the last thing that can grow your self-worth is the win or learn mentality. Win or learn mentality. If you have the mindset that you can't lose in life, you're either going to win or you're going to learn. Anything that goes wrong in your life, it's not, why is this happening to me? It's, how is this helping me? How is this changing me? How is this serving me? Every obstacle I've gone through in my life. When I was younger, I used to say, why is this happening to me? And I would just cry and complain and mope. Now, anytime anything goes wrong, I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to be learning here? What is God teaching me right now? Okay. How is this serving me? And if you have that mindset, every single time that something goes wrong in your life, you're going to grow as a person because you're never going to be upset when something goes wrong. You're just always going to learn from it. Okay. And so, guys, I started the call with that because I want you guys to understand that we can teach you the skill sets. We can teach you the ins and outs of how to win in this business and how to be successful in network marketing. But if deep down to your core, you got limiting beliefs, you got bad paradigms, bad habits, bad self-worth, it won't matter. You won't be able to do this. Okay? So hopefully you spend time tonight really focusing on what we just went over, destroying your limiting beliefs, starting to create habits in your life that are going to allow you to grow your self-worth, because those are the things that are ultimately going to catapult your results in your business, okay, and in your life. So the next thing I want to go over is how to attract leaders, okay? Who would like to attract leaders into your business? Type some threes in the chat. If you guys would like to attract leaders into your business, then just go put in hundreds of customers. Type some threes in the chat. Perfect. I'm going to teach you guys how to put a leader into your business tonight. Who's cool with that? Put some ones in the chat. If you're cool with me teaching you how to put a leader into your business tonight. Okay? Here's what you're going to do. You're going to walk into your bathroom and you're going to look in the mirror. Boom. You got a leader in your business. The easiest way to get a leader in your business is to become one. Become the leader that you want to attract. A lot of you are like, man, I just want to attract these leaders that are going to blow up my business for me. Well, guess what? You're not going to attract leaders if you aren't one. Okay? And so I'm going to teach you 7 things on how to be a leader, which in turn will allow you to attract a leader. All right? The number one thing that all leaders do, guess what it is? Most important thing out of all of them, all these 7 things, this is the most important one. Guess what it is? Let's type in the chat. What do you guys think the number one quality of a leader is? See some good answers in the chat. Be humble, helping others, consistency, willing to learn, communication. Oh, Tippa got it. Ding, ding, ding. Tippa's the winner. Lead by example. That is the number one quality of a leader. They don't wait for anyone to tell them what to do. They don't wait for anyone to push them or say, hey, here's what you got to do. They don't wait for their team to move. Oh, well, I signed up 4 or 5 people and they're not doing anything. Go lead from the front. Keep doing it. Keep going. Grow yourself as a person. Show 10 people, right? Keep pouring into your business. Follow up. Do whatever it takes to win in this business. And I promise you, you leading by example is what will get people to follow you. Okay? That's number one. Lead by example. Show up to all the calls. So guess what? You guys are all being leaders by being on this call right now. The people that aren't on this call, they're not a leader because they're not leading by example. Guess what? The people that aren't on this call, they're going to sign up a couple people. And if they weren't on the call, do you think their team's going to jump on the call? No. So their team aren't going to jump on the call. They're not going to get this information and they're not going to win. So be on all the calls. Be at all the events. Right? I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe next October, we have a company convention where everybody from all over the world is going to be flying in to a big convention center, thousands of people, and you're going to get to hear from millionaires and the CEO of our company and top trading experts on how to take your trading and your business to the next life. Like this Zoom call times a million. It's like on steroids. Crazy. So events like that, leaders show up to them. Why? Because if you want your team to show up to the events and you want your team to learn the information that's going to change their life, you better be at those events that are going to change your life. Right? Show up to the chats. How many of you are guilty of not being active in the chats? I know I'm guilty of it some days. I'll be honest. Okay? I got a busy life with an 8-year-old and phone calls and all this, right? But here's the thing, guys. How can you expect, say all of you were to go sign someone up right now. What would you all do? You'd go welcome them in the chat. And what would you expect? For everybody to welcome them, right? So isn't it fair that you as leaders go welcome everyone else? Go congratulate everyone else that's ranking up? And here's another thing. The energy you put out is the energy you get back. So if you're welcoming people and you're congratulating people and you're celebrating other people, guess what you're going to attract? More results into your life. Okay? People are like, oh, well, I'm not going to welcome that person. That's not my person. I'm not going to congratulate them. They're not on my team. Guess what? That's the energy you're putting out. That's the energy you're going to get back. Leaders show up, give energy. Servant leadership. They serve others. They congratulate others. They celebrate others. That's what leaders do. Okay? They do the work, they grow themselves, and they show up every day. That's how you lead by example. The number two thing on how you can be a leader. Number two, cast vision. Leaders are experts at casting vision. They're able to paint such a vivid picture of where they're going, what they're about to do, what this company's about to do, what their product does. They're casting such a big vision. They can even cast such a big vision that they can cast a vision for their prospect. When I get on calls with some of these prospects, I'll be like, dude, we can get you in, get you started, get your trading account set up. We'll link it to the AkashX app. You start to take these tap to trades. The goal will be to make 15%. Once you make that 15%, you're gonna have your funded account. You can start taking withdrawals. How good is that gonna feel, right? Taking trading withdrawals. That's gonna be amazing. And then you can build a team. I'm gonna teach you how to build a team. Hopefully, we can get to 10 customers in our first month here. You're gonna make probably around $500 to $1,000 from doing that. And then what's crazy is it's going to catapult from there. And 3, 6, 9, 12 months down the road, you could realistically be making a full-time income from this and walk away from your job. How does that sound? That's how you got to talk to people as a leader. Not only cast vision of what's going to happen in your life. Hey, I'm taking this thing to the next level, with or without you, man. It's all good if you don't want to come with me. But in 2025, I'm going to make six figures with this thing. I'm going to make six figures with this thing. Anybody that partners with me is going to take their life to the next level. Do you guys notice how I'm talking? I'm casting vision, right? Some of you are getting on the phone with prospects and you're like, yeah, so did you like the presentation? What'd you think? And it's like, they're like, they tell you what they think. They're like, oh, yeah, that was cool. Cool. You want to get started? And there's no vision. See, the Bible says, where there's no vision, the people will perish. So you got to understand that vision is one of the most important things that you can have as a leader, not only for your own life, but for everybody on your team's life. Okay. Number three, leaders are problem solvers. This is one of my favorite ones. Some of you have been around me for a few years now, so you probably already know what I'm going to say. You know the quote. Write this down. The size of your check is in direct correlation to the size of the problems you can solve. The size of your check is in direct correlation to the size of the problems you can solve. Some of you right now in your life, you have problems. Guess what? We all have problems. And so if you have these little problems in your life, oh man, you know, my car didn't start today, or, I got a flat tire, or, you know, oh man, I forgot to do this or I forgot to do that. And you let it ruin your entire day. Little things. And it just throws you off course. Your day's done. Little tiny problem, boom, day's done. It's over. Week's done, month's done. Just, I'll start next month. Start in January. Guys, realize that as you grow in life, as you start to have more success, life does not get easier. As a matter of fact, it actually gets harder because the more success you have, the more problems you're going to have, right? Biggie was right. Mo money, mo problems. Okay? It's the truth. And so realize that you're going to have more problems and you just have to get better. See, Jim Rohn says, life doesn't get easier. You just get better. And so if you focus on being able to solve problems, stay positive, find solutions to everything that's going on in your life, you will elevate so quickly because like nothing can take you off course. Oh, this is going on, boom, solved. Oh, this is going on, boom, solved. Guys, real story. Last night, I am trying to get my son ready for bed, right? It's like 8:15. He's normally in bed by 8 o'clock. So he's getting out of the shower. He starts crying. Well, I go in there. He's got these rashes on his leg because he tried playing basketball in jeans. So, he was sweating, chafing, first time that he's had chafing happen. And so he's got all these rashes and he's just crying. He's like, it hurts so bad, Dad. Ah. And I'm like, shoot, I don't have any like there's no lotion at my house. Don't judge me. I don't know why I don't have lotion, but there's no lotion at my house. So I got nothing to put on this kid. He's crying. At the same exact time, I'm getting calls from people on my team. I had two people calling me to do three-way calls with prospects while my son's in the bathroom screaming for lotion, and it's 8 o'clock. So I had two guests that were trying to get on the overview and check out the presentation. So I'm trying to text these guys while do a three-way call while I'm texting my friend, hey, do you have any lotion that you can bring over to my house so my son stops crying, right? And guys, get this. In a matter of 30 minutes, both my prospects were on the call. My friend came over, gave me lotion. We were good to go. He stopped crying. He stopped screaming. He's in bed, sound asleep. He's laying on my chest, and I'm texting the prospects, hey, what'd you guys like best? You got any questions? Are you ready to get started? Signed up both prospects while my son's laying on my chest, put him to the side, walked out of my room, called them, fast started them, and that was that, right? Most people, they would have been in that situation and just freaked out, right? And a couple years ago, that was me. Like I would freak out. I'm like, this is so stupid. And I would just throw everything and just be so pissed off. And it would ruin the rest of my night. But I was like, you know what? Take a deep breath. Let's find solutions. Boom, we're good. And we got two people started. Okay. And so just realize as a leader, again, the size of your check is going to be determined by the size of the problems you can solve. Okay. Next thing, leaders are great at using healthy fear to their advantage. So write down number 4, healthy fear. Okay. How to be a leader. Healthy fear. Healthy fear is basically this. You're able to scare yourself in a positive way to doing what you need to do. See, yes, we say focus on the positive, focus on where you're going, focus on what you do want. But you also should have a healthy fear of like, man, if I don't do this, then what? If I don't get good at network marketing and trading, what's my life going to look like? I want all of you guys to ask yourself that right now. You guys probably hear me say it on the presentation, but it's a real thing. If you guys don't make this work and you go back to doing what you were doing before you saw this, what does life look like 5 years from now? Scary, right? But you should have that in the back of your head. On the days that you don't feel like doing anything, on the days where you don't feel like messaging people, you don't feel like getting on a trading session, you don't feel like reading your book or listening to personal development or calling your mentor. When you don't feel like doing any of those things, just remember that if you don't make this work, what's that life look like 5 years from now? Have that healthy fear. And guess what? Use that healthy fear with your prospects as well. Hey man, I get you're kind of questioning whether you want to get started or not. But to be honest with you, like what is life what does life look like for you 5 years from now if you don't make this work? They're gonna be like, I don't know, right? Hey man, we got a lot of people getting started right now. And if you lock your spot, you get the next best spot on the team, and everybody that I sign up after you is going to get placed underneath you. But if you wait, you go on the bottom of the team underneath everybody else. Do you want to get started today or get the last place on the team? See, healthy fear. You can use healthy fear to your advantage as a leader. Number 5, a leader never takes their foot off the gas. Never takes their foot off the gas. I get things happen in life, guys. Things have happened in my life, but you never stop moving forward. Okay? There's points in this business where I have had to literally crawl, right? Like life was so in the way. Life had me so down and out, right? You can ask Joey, you can ask Noah, you can ask Werner. They've seen me at the low of the low, and I have done whatever I could to stay in this campfire and try to claw myself back to results, back to winning. No matter what happens in your life or in your business, a leader never takes their foot off the gas. They will figure out a way to at least move the needle forward every single day. Number six, a leader challenges themselves and others. They never get complacent. There's always that next thing. There's some people on this call that have hit 1K, have hit 5K, have hit 10K, have hit 25K, 50K, 100K, 250K. You're like, you know what? The check's good, right? I'm making some extra money, or I'm making a full-time income, or I'm making a six-figure income. And you don't do the things anymore that got you to where you are. What got you here won't get you there. So realize everything you did to get to the rank that you're at right now, or understand if you're not at a rank right now, what you've done up to this point to not be ranked is not going to get you ranked. You're going to have to change your actions to be ranked. If you're already ranked, what you did to get to the rank you're at, it's going to be another level to get to that next rank. So you got to challenge yourself to do more than you normally do. Challenge yourself in a way that you've never challenged yourself before. Heck, threaten yourself if you got to with some crazy challenge. Think of something that scares you to death that you would never do in your lifetime unless it was for this challenge. Say, okay, I have to put in 10 personals by the end of December. I have to put in 10 personal enrollments. I got to put in 20 personal enrollments by the end of December. And if I don't do it, I have to blank. Right? Challenge yourself. And do the same thing for the people that you bring in. Challenge them. Hey, I challenge you to get your 3 and free in your first week. Right? Or if you're a big leader on this call that has some ranked people on your team, challenge them. Hey, you're a 5K, 10K by the end of this month. If you don't, blank. Right? Fill in the blank with whatever you want. Challenge them. Challenge the people on your team, or it can be a positive challenge. If you do it, here's what you get. Right? Reward them. And the last thing that a leader does, they do it again. They do it again, over and over and over. It's what a true leader and winner does. Michael Jordan used to say it. And his coach, Tim Grover, if you haven't read his books, read his books. Tim Grover was the mental and fitness coach for Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and Dwayne Wade. Okay. 3 of the greatest basketball players of all time. Okay. Listen, he says this about winning. Once you've won, nobody cares that you've won. You got to go do it again. So even if you go win, even if you go rank up, even if you go make all this money, a year from now, nobody's going to care what you did. You can keep telling people about what you did in the past, but at the end of the day, nobody cares. You have to keep winning. Winning doesn't owe you anything, and it doesn't promise you anything. So you can chase it all you want, and you're never promised to win. But what's crazy about it is if you do win, it gives you a life that most people don't get to live. Right? Somebody unmuted themselves, I think. Come on, Josh. Rookie in the game. But guys, understand that once you win, you got to be ready to do it again. There's always that next level. Michael Jordan was great at that. He won. He's like, we're not done. We're going to do it again. And he did it a second time. He's like, we're going to do it again. Right? All these great basketball players. LeBron James went to the finals 10 years in a row. He's like, okay, I went to the finals, won championship. Okay, we got to go back. We got to go back. We got to go back. Winners win. Tom Brady. Tom Brady, the dude was like 42 years old, 43 years old. I don't even know how old he was when he won his last Super Bowl. Maybe somebody could put it in the chat if they knew. But Tom Brady, well into his 40s, could have retired after he won his sixth Super Bowl with the Patriots. And they decided to end his contract, not re-sign him. He could have gone off into the distance with six Super Bowls. And people would have been like, yeah, he's one of the greatest of all time. But no, at 40, 41, he's like, you know what? No, I'm going to go sign with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I'm going to turn this crappy team that had a losing record last year, losing record, and we're going to go win the Super Bowl. And they did. They did. Won the Super Bowl. So it's like he could have just been done. But what do winners do? They do it again. Okay? So just understand if you want to be a leader, you got to do all seven of those things. All right? Guys, I'm wrapping up here with the training and then we're going to get into the 90-day run. The 90-day run training is not going to be long. It's going to be quick. But I wanted to go over it on this call so you guys knew what a 90-day run is, what we're about to do on the 90-day run, and how it's all going to work. I have one last thing to go over, and this is one of the most powerful talks that I've actually heard at GoPro, and it wasn't even from somebody in network marketing. It was from a guy named Brendon Burchard. You can look him up. He's the author of High Performance Habits, and he talked about at the event how to live a high performance life. And this is something that when I heard him speak, it was probably one of those heart-wrenching moments during the event where there was just it pulled at my heartstrings and really flipped my mind around for a lot of different reasons. But he went over five things on how you can live a high performance life, and he went into detail on one of them that I'm going to go into detail on. But I want you to write these five things down and then I'm going to explain number two in detail because number two was something that blew my mind that I never even thought about. So, number one to living a high performance life is you got to have something or someone to fight for. Number one to live in a high performance life is fighting for something or someone. You got to have a strong why, right? It goes back to what we talked about at the beginning of the call. If you don't have that fight in you, then anytime something hard happens, right? You blow your trading account, people quit your business, people hate on you. This is all going to happen, right? If you don't have that strong why, you're just going to quit. Number two, I want you to leave that one blank because I'm going to come back to that one. Okay. This is the number two one is probably my favorite one. Number three is win anyway. Number three is win anyway, which basically means this. All the excuses in your life, all the obstacles, all the problems, they don't matter. Everybody has issues, everybody has problems, everybody has obstacles and things that are trying to pull them off course. You can either complain about it or you can win anyway. What makes for a better story? Winning anyway, right? Number four, this is a good one. And I think a lot of people on this call need to hear this one. Strive joyfully. Strive joyfully. What does that mean? Have fun. So many of you are, this is how you're doing your business every day. Oh, oh, I gotta get this person in. Oh, why didn't they answer me? Oh gosh, okay, I gotta find a different person. Oh no, they're not on the call. Dang it. Oh. That's all of you guys building your business. Oh, they said something mean to me. Oh, I'm gonna say something mean back. Ugh. Like, bro, this is supposed to be fun. Everybody has a job already. Everyone has a job that they hate going to, that they get yelled at, they get screamed at, they don't like being there, they don't get paid enough. And then you come here and we want to make this some serious thing where like, yo, hey, you got to do this. You got no, have fun. Have fun building this business. Have fun talking to people. Have fun, building relationships with people and helping them achieve their goals. Have fun growing as a person together and just being on this journey. Because I promise you this, when you have success and you get to the top, you're going to be like, man, I miss those times. I miss when we were in the trenches building. I'll tell you what, and Warner, he can probably attest to it, that when me and Warner lived together, and we had an apartment together, and we invited the team over every single night. We were doing presentations, and we were screaming at the top of our lungs, playing loud music, screaming our affirmations, doing all this crazy stuff. And we were, more frustrated than all hell trying to get this thing to work, right? We're like, man, put two people in, two people go out, five people in, five people go out. We were frustrated, but we were having fun. And I'll tell you what, like, yes, it was chaotic. Yes, it was crazy. Yes, I wouldn't go back to that, but I miss it. And like, it was so much fun because we were in the trenches with our dogs. We were in the trenches with people that became family to us, that we were on this road to achieving our goals together. And that was just amazing. It was so much fun. We had so many laughs and funny moments. And now it's like, oh man, we're making this six figures that it's just different. Once you start making a lot of money in this industry, how you build this business is different. And so I almost, miss being back in the beginning where you're trying to get this thing off the ground and you're in the trenches building it with people because it's just fun. And so enjoy the journey, enjoy the process. It's going to attract so much better results too when you have fun doing this thing. And number five is lead the impossible story. And here's what I mean by that. Every obstacle you go through, every problem that you have, every bump in the road, every good, bad, the roller coaster, right? On this road to success, because success is not a straight line. We all know this. It's a squiggly line, right? It's all over the place. You go forward, back, left, right, up, down, all over the place. But one thing you got to realize is that your test leads to your testimony. And so if you lead this impossible story of like, man, it just seemed like it was going to be impossible for me to make it, and I did, now you have this amazing story that can go turn around and inspire thousands of people. And that's why you should be doing this. Yes, to change your life, but think about the story that you're going to have when you make it and the amount of people that you're going to be able to inspire because of it. That's how you live a high performance life. Okay. Now we're going to go back to number two because this thing completely changed my life. And I have to use my drawing skills, which are not great, by the way. Um, but number two is level up. Okay. So you can write down number two now. It's level up. And I honestly think this is the best part of living a high performance life. Because a lot of people will tell you that, oh, life is, you heard it. Life isn't all about money. Life isn't all about, success and all that. Life isn't all about winning. Although money and winning are important because it's what people care about. It's what makes the world go round, right? Money's up there with oxygen. I will tell you this, it doesn't fulfill you, okay? Money and success are important, but it'll never fulfill you as a person. And here's why. And this is what Brendan talked about. So most people's life looks like this. Okay? Now, this is you. I know my drawing skills are impeccable. You can applaud me for it. Um, but here's what happens, guys. Okay? People, they get to a point in life where they're a little bit successful, right? They have a little bit of success. They, get to a point in their life where they're comfortable. They feel like this right here, this point in life is fair. Okay? I know it's backwards for you guys who can't really read it, but This point in life is fair. This right here. Okay? And so what happens when you think life is fair and you get comfortable and you get complacent? You stop doing the things that got you there. And so what happens to people's lives? They fall off a little bit. So they go down. So now their level of life is here. And they go, "Oh crap. I lost where I was at. I lost where I thought I deserved to be. Let me work, 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 work." And they get back up to here. Their homeostasis. And this keeps happening, right? It keeps happening. They go down, they go, "Oh crap," they come back up, and they're back to where they're like, "Okay, we're good." And people will do this their entire life. Okay? And here's why. This right here, you can write this down. And this is what blew my mind that Brendan went over. It's called a deficiency drive. A deficiency drive is where you're motivated by something that you never had or something that left you, right? Who here on this call has seen somebody be in a relationship with an absolute jerk? And as soon as they leave that relationship, it's like soon after, 2, 3, 4 months later, they're in another relationship with another jerk, right? Why is that? Well, the jerk left them, and that was a void that they now had in their life. And so then they felt the need to fill that void. So they filled that void with another jerk. Same thing happens here. You're at a point in life, you lose it. So now you're like, okay, I got to get it back. You get back to that point and you feel good. You feel comfortable. And so there's a problem with this, though. You'll never be happy. You'll be comfortable, but you never feel fulfilled. You never feel true happiness in your life. Why? Because as humans, it's in our DNA to crave progress. We crave progress. Why do you think there's celebrities and billionaires that kill themselves? They have everything they could ever imagine. Anything that any of us would ever want, they have it. Why would they do that to themselves? They stop progressing. This is what their life looks like. And it became this endless cycle of just filling voids. And eventually, filling voids didn't do anything anymore. And they're unhappy. And so Brendan says there's 4 desires that a human has. 4 desires. And if you have all 4 of these desires, you will live the most fulfilled life that a human can live. So, I want you guys to draw a triangle on your paper like that. Hopefully better than mine. Mine's a little squiggly. And some of you are like, four desires? AJ, that's a triangle. It only has 3 sides. There's one in the middle, okay? Don't judge me. So, the first desire, okay? You guys can write down 4 desires that a human has. First one is deeper connection. So 4 desires. First one is deeper connection. Why is this important? Well, we crave attention and connection with other humans, building relationships with people. This is huge. If you have meaningful relationships in your life, deep connections with other people, I guarantee you're going to be a happier person. Okay? Next thing. Meaningful pursuits. You got to have something to chase after, right? I don't know if any of you have seen Matthew McConaughey's speech about, he did a success speech at one of the Academy Awards, I think it was, but he says he always has something to look forward to. And what he looks forward to is always having something to chase. And so he had one of his mentors ask him, like, who's your hero? Who's your hero in life? And he had to think about it for a while, and he came back to his mentor and he said, it's me in 10 years. That's my hero. And so he's like, every day, every week, and every month of my life, my hero is always 10 years away. He said, I'm never going to catch my hero. I know I'm not. And that's just fine with me because that keeps me with somebody to keep on chasing. Because in life, if you don't have meaningful pursuits, you don't have something to look forward to, again, you have nothing fulfilling you. Because as humans, we crave progress. And the last thing, sorry, not last thing, third thing, forgot there's four. Third thing is aliveness. Okay, third thing is aliveness. As humans, we want to feel alive. We have to do things, feel things, speak, and experience things that make us feel alive. And the last thing that all three of those lead to is growth. Like I just said, if we're not growing, if we're not progressing, we'll slowly fall into this depression, this man, what's wrong with my life? I don't feel happy. I don't feel fulfilled. And so if you can focus on these four things, deeper connections with people, feeling alive, doing things that make you feel alive, that make you feel energetic every single day, meaningful pursuits, you find things to chase and you give it your all. You go after it with everything that you got every single day and you grow who you are. You grow who you are. Here's what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen in your life. Instead of your homeostasis being the same, instead of it being the same every single time, instead of it leveling out and you coming back to where you were and then going back down and just repeating the cycle over and over, your homeostasis is going to change. Where it feels normal in your life is going to keep rising. You're going to keep growing, keep getting better, and you're going to be able to live a high performance life. So type some fire in the chat if that was some value for you guys. I hope you got a lot of value from it. I'm going to go through the 90-day run stuff with you guys to wrap up this call. And this is going to be the best part of the call. I'm excited about it. So I really got through all of that as quick as I could. I know that was a long time for you guys to be sitting here, but I really hope that you look back over your notes and a lot of that information can change your life going into 2025. I think having this call right now, December 11th, like this is perfect. 3 weeks before the new year, you know, fresh start, time to, reset, become someone new. And there's no better time than now. A lot of people wait till January 1st to start becoming that new person. But guess what? I always say the holidays are the best time to do it because you can separate yourself from the pack. Separation season, right? While everyone else is chilling, everyone else is hanging out and, doing whatever they're doing, you can decide to start your 2025 early. You can build those habits, those thought patterns, the disciplines in your life. You can change everything in your life today, right now, so that 3 weeks from now, when the new year starts, you already have momentum. You already have built those habits and those disciplines to start your year. It's not like you're starting over. You're not starting January 1st. You already got that momentum. You're already cruising. You're going to steamroll 2025 and hit every goal that you've ever wanted, okay? So guys, we're going to go on a 90-day run here. All right? A 90-day run is where you take all out massive action with this business for 90 days. You give it everything you got. You sacrifice and you give up a lot. But here's why we do it. There's this thing called the law of compressed activity. Law of compressed activity. It says that if you do a certain amount of activity over a long period of time or a short period of time, the short period, if you do it in a short period of time, it will breed you 10 times better results, right? So say, for example, if you ripped out 100 messages, you messaged 100 people about Akashics. You messaged 100 people about Akashics over 6 months. And you messaged those same exact 100 people, same names, same people, same message, but you did it in 6 days instead of 6 months. If you message those same 100 people in 6 days, it would pay you 10 times more than if you did it in 6 months. That's what the law of compressed activity says. And so that's why we do this 90-day run, because success loves speed. Intensity and energy attracts money. And so you got to think of this like an airplane, okay? I'm going to do another amazing drawing for you guys because I know you're in love with my art skills. So check this out. We've got, oh God, that's a plane. If anyone can't guess that. Okay, that is an airplane. All right. Now, this is the runway. This is the plane trying to get off the runway. So it's going to go this way and then obviously go up. Does anyone know how much throttle you have to give this airplane to get it off the ground? How much throttle do you got to push down on that airplane to get it off the ground? Somebody said 25%. If you give this thing 25%, it's going straight into this wall. It's not getting off the ground. Okay? It's going straight into the end of the runway and not getting off the ground. If you give it 50%, or even, you know what? Better yet, even 75%. You know what's going to happen with 75%? You're going to hit this wall 3 times faster, right? Still not getting off the ground. You still hitting that wall, you just hit the wall faster, okay? Now, you know what happens if you give this thing 100%? It's going to get off the ground. See, in order to get a plane off the ground, you have to give it 100% for a short period of time. Look at just from here to here, here to here, 90 days. No, it doesn't take 90 days for a plane to get off the ground, but hopefully you're getting my analogy there. Okay, 90 days it takes to get this thing off the ground. And guess what? Once you get it up to here, now you can pull it back. Now you can pull it back to 75%. Because you know what happens if a plane gets all the way up in the air and you keep it at 100%? The engine explodes. Nobody can sustain 100% for their entire life. It's impossible. But if you can give 100% effort for 90 days of your life, I'm talking about 100% focus, tunnel vision, nothing else in your life matters. For 90 days, you cut out the fat, you can completely change your life. Okay, this is what can happen on a 90-day run. And I'm going to tell you guys how we do a 90-day run, what it all entails, and then I'm going to invite you guys to join the 90-day run chat if you want to. If this is something you want to do, I'm going to invite you guys into that chat. But here's what can happen. If you go all out massive action and you follow our 90-day game plan, our 90-day run, and you decide to cut out the fat, cut out everything in your life, and just focus on this for 90 days, here's what can happen. If you're at $0 in income right now, $0, or maybe you're making a little bit of money, you know, maybe making a few $100s a month. If that's where you're at right now with Akashics, with your business, after the 90 days, you could easily be at a full-time income. Full-time income. I'm talking about 5, 6, 7, 8,000 a month. Easily. Zero to full-time income in 90 days if you do this right. Okay? So is that worth it to you? Is it worth it? Is 90 days all in worth it to you to go from zero to full-time income? Okay? If you're at a significant part-time income, right? You're at maybe like 2,000 a month, maybe 3,000 a month, all the way to a full-time income. So right now you're making anywhere from 2,000 a month to about 5 or 6,000 a month. If you're in that range right now, okay, you can easily go from where you're at to multiple six figures. Multiple six figures. You could be making 10 to 20,000 a month by the end of this 90 days. And if you are at a six-figure income right now, if you're at a six-figure income in your business right now, I know there's a few people on the call right now that are at a six-figure income. If you decide to actually do this 90-day run, you can go from six figures to seven in these 90 days. You can go from your $10,000 to $20,000 a month to $83,000 a month easily. Okay? It's all possible if you do this correctly. Okay? And that's why we're doing it. Here's the number one key, and I want you to write this down. Number one key for a 90-day run. Whoever talks to the most people wins. Whoever talks to the most people wins. That is the key to this 90-day run. Everywhere you go, you're at the gym, you talk to people. You're at the grocery store, you talk to people. You're at the gas station, you talk to people. You're at an event for work or whatever, you talk to people. Wherever you are, you're on social media, you're talking to people. Wherever you are starting conversations with as many people as you can. Vino, I know you like talking, dog. That's what I love about you, brother. Talk to as many people as you can because that is how you're going to crush this 90-day run. If you go, yeah, I'm all in, 90-day run, cut out the fat, I'm doing this thing, and you talk to one person a day, 10 people a day, even 20 people a day, it's not going to be a successful 90-day run for you. You're not going to get what you want out of it. You got to be willing to talk to dozens, if not hundreds of people a day for 90 days. And I know that sounds like a lot, but I can teach you guys exactly how to do it. Okay? We've done it so many times. Dude said, talk to people in the bathroom. I love it. Yeah. Why you taking a piss? Sure. Talk to people next to you. What's up, bro? You ever thought about trading or investing your money? Do what you got to do. All right? But whoever talks to the most people wins, okay? So there's 5 stages. I need you guys to write this down. Okay, this is it. This is it for the call. This is what we're ending with. There's 5 stages to a 90-day run. Stage number 1 is make a decision. You got to make a decision whether you want to do this 90-day run or not. Okay? And I'm going to tell you in a second what it entails. And so you're probably going to be able to decide by the end of that if you want to do it or not. Because it's not some game, right? It's not like this isn't a joke. It is serious. It takes a lot of effort and it is draining. And I'm very upfront with people about that because guess what? The 90-day run isn't for everybody. It's for the people that are willing to completely drain themselves with all the effort that they have for 90 days to live their dream life. That's who this is for. Okay? And if that's you, awesome, you can keep listening. And you can make the decision right now of, yes, I want to do this. And then you need to ask yourself why you want to do it and write that down. Why do you want to do this 90-day run? What are you hoping to get at the end of this 90 days? Write that down. That is huge. That should be the most important thing. Underline it, bold it, circle it. Okay? Make a decision and understand why you want to do this 90-day run. Number 2 is the preparation phase. Okay? So, guys, I'm going to open this Telegram chat to people that want to join the 90-day run. But here's going to be the key. Okay. I'll just put it in the chat. If you guys want to join the 90-day run chat, hold on. I'm putting my Instagram in the chat. Okay. Oh, hold on. Everyone in meeting. There we go. Okay. I didn't do number 2 yet. I'm still on number 1. Well, technically I'm on number 2, but number 2 is preparation. So, but guys, listen real quick before I go over preparation. If you guys want to do the 90-day run and you want to get into this chat, this is you need to listen to this, okay? Because you won't be let in the chat unless you do this. You guys have to either message me on Instagram. I just put my Instagram in the chat. It's Coach AJ95. Okay. So message me on Instagram, or if you have my number, you can text me, or if you're on Facebook, you can message me on Facebook. But here's what you have to send me. You have to send me a names list of 100 people. Okay. So you need to write down 100 names of people that have not seen Akashex. People that you have not shown Akashex to that are in your network. Not people that you think want to do Akashex. Not people that you're scared. I'm okay with calling this person. Oh, but I'm not okay with calling this person. No, 100 names. Okay? 100 names on a sheet of paper, not your notes tab. Needs to be on a sheet of paper. Okay? 100 names. You need to send me a picture of that 100 names list. If you send me the picture of the 100 names list, I will add you to the 90-day run chat. If you don't, and you say, "Can you please just let me in? I'll get it done." No. Because here I'm gonna be honest with you. If you can't write down 100 names, you'll last a week or two in this 90-day run. You won't last. Okay? I actually still have the 90-day run chat. Brandon Wildman, he was in it. Landon Defoe, he was in it. Jake Maldonado, he was in it. I think Maddie was in it. There's a bunch of people on this call that did this 90-day run with me like 4 years ago, three years ago, whenever it was. I don't remember. But I went back and looked in that Telegram chat yesterday, and I looked at some of the challenges that I made these guys do. I was having them rip out. They had to send 100 messages a day for like 7 days straight. 100 messages a day. Wildman, Landon, I don't know if you guys remember that, but um, it was crazy. Like I said, it's all out massive action. And so understand that if you can't make a names list of 100, it's going to be tough because if I say, "Hey, message 100 people today," and you don't even have a names list of 100, you won't even last the first day, right? So you got to start with a names list of 100 people. You don't need to contact these people, okay? You don't need to message the 100 people. I'm going to teach you guys in the 90-day run chat how to do something that's called warming up your contacts, okay? Landon just put it in the chat. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. But all you have to do to get into the 90-day run chat is send me a picture of your 100 names list, okay? If you send it to me, I'll add you to the chat, and everything else will be explained in the chat, okay? What we're going to do, how we're going to do it, everything, okay? But to get into the chat, that's what you got to do. So the second stage of this 90-day run is what we're going to be doing the next week, okay? And it's the preparation phase. So if you get added into the 90-day run chat the next week until December 18th, it's going to be all about the preparation phase. And here's what you do in the preparation phase. I want you guys to write all these down. Okay. Number 1, you eliminate all distractions. So if you have any distractions in your life right now, eliminate them. Okay. Eliminate them. If you like to play video games a lot, you better give your video game console to a friend for these next 90 days. Say, "Don't give this back to me, even if I ask you 1,000 times. Do not give it back to me for 90 days. If you like to watch TV a lot, turn your TV around and face the wall." Okay? When I'm talking about no distractions, guys, I literally mean nothing. There's no TV, no video games, no hanging out with friends, no nothing for 90 days straight. This is all you do for 90 days. Okay? Eliminate all distractions. Number two, during the preparation phase, you're going to negotiate with your friends and family. You need to negotiate with your family and friends, okay? And here's what I mean by that. You don't really need to do it with your friends. It's more of like, you have to give your friends kind of like a PSA, like, hey, not going to be available the next 90 days. Don't try to hit me up. Don't invite me to anything. And this is a great way to hold yourself accountable too. Any of your friends that aren't in Akashex, one, I don't really hang out with people that aren't in this business because we don't really have the same goals in common. But those friends that you have that aren't in this business, and if you do hang out with them, just let them know, hey, I love you. You're my friend, but you're not doing this with me. And I got to go on a 90-day run. So don't invite me to anything the next 90 days. Please don't invite me. Like, if you got anything going on, don't invite me to it. And it's a good way to hold yourself accountable because by you telling them that, hopefully they don't invite you to anything and then you have nothing going on. You're nothing but building this business. So tell your friends to not invite you to anything for the next 90 days. Okay? And with your family, when it comes to your family, you got to let them know. And I will preface this. It's a 1 week preparation, 2 week pre-launch. Okay? 2 week pre-launch and then we launch I think we're going to launch January 1st or January 2nd. Okay, that will be the official launch date. So I know some of you are like, well, I have plans for the holidays. You're good. Okay, you can hang out with your family for the holidays. We will launch after the holidays. Okay, so but the holidays are a good time to talk to your family and be like, hey, I'm not going to be around the next 90 days. If you need me, I won't be available. Um, because I gotta go do what's best for me and go hit these goals. I've been playing around with my life too long, and it's time for me to get serious about my goals and lock in for 90 days. And either they're gonna respect it or they're not. Either way, it's like you gotta have that vision for what you want with your life and just say, hey, I'm in it. This is what I'm doing. Either you like it or not. Either way is cool, but like I'm in this for 90 days. So don't bug me. But there should be a reward at the end of it, right? So like I had this conversation with my son last night. I told him, I said, "Hey, daddy's going on a 90-day run with his business and I'm going to be really focused with my business." And he knows I have a business. He's 8 years old, so he gets it. Like I'm on the phone a lot and whatnot. I'm like, "Hey, I got to take a business call." But I told him, I said, look, I'm not going to be able to help you with your Lego sets. I'm not going to be able to watch movies with you, right? We watched a Christmas movie the other night together and had popcorn. And I'm like, I'm not going to be able to do that with you. I'm not going to be able to, do really any fun things the next 90 days. Because whenever I'm just sitting there, I got to be working. Okay, 90 days. But here's what I can promise you. If you let daddy do this 90-day run and not only let me do it, but you push me, if you ever see me sitting down not doing anything, I want you to tell me to get on a call, right? Get your family involved, right? Daddy, get on a call. If you can do that for me at the end of the 90 days, we'll go to Disney World. If daddy can hit his goals and you let me go on this 90-day run, we'll go to Disney World, right? And so you reward your family. You reward them because they're sacrificing too. Right? And so it's not like you're trying to be a jerk and just say, hey, get out of my life for 90 days. Like, no, I'm doing this for us. I'm doing this so we can live a better life. Right? And so just stay with me, and push me and let me do my thing for 90 days. And I promise you, I'll reward you for it. Here's the reward. Okay? Tippa, if you want to come to Disney World, bro, I got you. Come with. All right? We'll have a blast. Anybody that wants to come to Disney World, when's the 90 days done? End of March? All right, we're going in April. Anybody who wants to go to Disney World in April, let me know. We're going. Um, okay, next thing, part of the preparation phase, is your schedule. Okay? Planning out your schedule. Here's what you need to write down. A full 90-day run is 6 days a week. And if you do network marketing full time, like you don't have a job, okay? You don't have a job and all you do is network marketing, you're going 14 to 16 hours a day. 14 to 16 hours a day. If you're part-time, if you're doing Akashex and building this business part-time, like you have a job and you got, other stuff that you got to, do to pay your bills, I get it. Part-time network marketers, they go 6 to 8 hours a day. And, some people, they'll tell me like, well, hey man, I work 8 to 10 hours a day. I'm like, yeah, that's 16-hour day, 18-hour day. Leaves you for about 6, 7 hours of sleep. Okay. It's not easy. That's why I said this isn't meant for everybody, right? There's already, I think, 30 people that jumped off the call since I started talking about this 90-day run. It is not for everybody, and that's totally okay. But hopefully you guys just can plan your schedule in a way where you go all out. Okay. So if you're part-time, 6 to 8 hours a day, if you're full-time, 14 to 16 hours a day, and you're doing that 6 days a week. So plan your schedule where you can do that. And then that one day, you're still working. I do not want you guys to think that that seventh day is a do nothing day. That is not the case because this is a 90-day run. But the seventh day is a day where you maybe sleep in a little bit longer. Okay. And instead of 6 to 8 hours, maybe you give 3 to 4 hours. Okay. There's still no distractions, still no TV, still no hanging out with friends, still no any of that. But you're allowing yourself to rest your voice. Maybe you do a little extra reading on that seventh day, a little more personal development. You do some meditation, right? Maybe you spend time, with your kid because they've sacrificed all week. You give them an hour, okay? When I went on my first 90-day run, I gave my son like an hour a day. Okay. It was like or an hour a week, I mean. I know it sounds crazy, but I gave him an hour a week on that seventh day. That was that hour that we did. Okay. But the rest of the time I was reading, I was messaging prospects. I used that seventh day to do a lot of follow-ups. Okay. So people that I had messaged throughout the week that I was supposed to get on a call or they didn't get on a call or whatever it was, I use that as a follow-up time. Okay. That seventh day. But you got to understand if you go 7 days straight, phone calls, 16 hours a day, your voice is going to be gone. Right. So use the seventh day to kind of recuperate your voice, drink some tea, meditate, read a lot, message a lot of people, right? But just less voice messages and phone calls and Zoom calls. Maybe you utilize the nightly overview that night. Like you put all your prospects on that nightly overview on that seventh day, so you don't have to, present and do any calls that time. But yeah, 6 days a week, 6 to 8 hours a day if you're part-time, 14 to 16 if you're full-time. Okay. Um, and right now, you have to decide what you're willing to sacrifice to make sure that you have an unshakable commitment to this thing. Okay. So you got to write down your sacrifices. I don't know what's in your life right now that would distract you from going all in on this 90-day run, right? But whatever it is, you got to write it down. Write down all the sacrifices. Okay. If I were you, I would get a whiteboard. When we did this 90-day run, when I did it with Wildman and Landon and a bunch of these guys, I actually made them all get whiteboards. Okay. Because what you track gets done. So if you got a whiteboard and you can track everything that's happening in your business every single day, it'll be 10 times better. Okay. Third stage. Okay, we're almost done here. Okay, we went through the preparation, so you guys understand what happens in the preparation phase. That preparation phase is going to start from now until next Wednesday, December 18th. December 18th, Wednesday, is when we start the pre-launch. Okay, that was when we'll start warming up the contacts, and that's what the pre-launch is all about. The pre-launch is for what's called a whisper campaign. Okay, everyone write that down. Whisper campaign. This is where you can sign people up, guys, that you would never even have a chance to sign up. Okay? That's how powerful this pre-launch is. A lot of people are really excited about the launch, but the pre-launch is super exciting because we get to do something that's called warming up your contacts. And here's what warming up your contacts is. I'm going to give you a brief summary. when you guys get into the 90-day run chat, I'm going to go in depth on it. But it's basically where you're sending hundreds of messages out a day. Okay. And it's not to recruit people. You're not sending a message out and saying, hey, I got this great trading app that I want you to check out, blah, blah, blah. That's not it. A warm-up message is where you just check up on people. Hey, man, just saw you were in Florida for Thanksgiving. How was it? Hey, man, we haven't talked in a while. How are you? Hey, man, happy holidays. You got any big plans for the New Year's? Just you're messaging people, asking them how they are, having a genuine conversation with them. Don't be fake. Don't be fake, having this hidden agenda of like, oh, I want to sign you up. No, actually be interested in people. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Actually care about people and what's going on in their life, who they are, what job are they working? How's that going? Just have a normal conversation with people. And then once it's the conversation, you can kind of tell when a conversation is starting to get dead and fizzle out. You can say, hey, well, look, man, it was great catching up with you. Let's talk soon. I'm actually working on something big and I'd love for you to see it. And every single time, what do you think somebody responds to that? What is it? What are you working on? And you know what I say? Most people are like, oh, let me show you. Nope. When you do these warm-up messages, you do the exact opposite. You say, now's not the time, but I'll hit you up soon so you can be one of the first people to see it. Boom. And then you write their name down on your whiteboard. And guess what? When we launch, you hit them up. And you say, hey, man, I launched what I told you I was working on, and I want you to be one of the first people to see it. Are you free to get on Zoom today? Boom. So this method has worked so well on every single 90-day run that I've done that in 10 years, guys, understand this is how serious the 90-day runs are. In 10 years in network marketing, I've done 4 90-day runs. That's how hard they are. Okay. I've done 4 in 10 years. But this will be my 5th one. And the other 4 that I did, this is how I did it. And the other 4, I either ranked up once or twice from doing this. Okay. Like every single 90-day run, all 4 90-day runs, I either ranked up once or twice from where I was because of using this whisper campaign method. Okay. And here's what's also going to happen in the pre-launch. You're going to learn the skill sets of building network marketing. Okay. So in this 90-day run chat, I'm going to be posting videos. Josh is going to be posting videos. Joey, Werner, Jay, Kessler, Noah, Andrew, all these leaders are going to be posting videos on how to prospect, how to invite, how to present, how to close, how to promote, how to launch and fast start people. All the skill sets that you need to know to build this business, we're going to be teaching you during the pre-launch phase. So guess what? When we launch, you are an expert network marketer that knows how to prospect, invite, present, close, promote, and launch. You're going to know everything. And so you're going to know exactly how to build this business. So when we launch, boom, you can hit the ground running. Okay, so that's what's going to happen in the pre-launch is the whisper campaign and learning the skill sets. And then you got stage 4. This is the launch. Okay, write it down. Stage 4 is the launch. And this is where it's all out massive action. Okay, all out massive action. Your focus is on recruiting, team building. Okay, income producing activities. Does anybody know what the income producing activities are in this business? It's the skill sets that I just said. Prospecting, inviting, presenting, closing, promoting, and launching. Those 6 skill sets are the income producing activities. If you're not doing one of those 6 things, you're not doing an income producing activity. As important as reading is, and writing your affirmations and looking yourself in the mirror and screaming your goals at yourself. Those are all important, right? But it is not income producing activities. Okay. So you got to be doing one of those six things for 6 to 8 hours of your day. So when I say 6 to 8 hours a day, that's filled with those six income producing activities. Not reading for 2 hours does not count as 6 to 8 hours of your day. That does not count towards the 6 to 8 hours. Listening to personal development for an hour, that does not count towards your 6 to 8 hours. Talking to your mentor, that does not count towards your 6 to 8 hours. What counts towards your 6 to 8 hours? Prospecting, inviting, presenting, closing, promoting, and launching. That's it. 6 to 8 hours a day, every day for 90 days. Okay? All out massive action. And here's what you need to do during the launch. Very, very important. You need to manage your time and you need to manage your emotions. Probably the two most important things. I would write that down, circle it, bold it, underline it, whatever. Manage your time and manage your emotions. And here's how you can manage your time. You manage your time by every single night writing down your schedule for the next day. Okay? So all of you know, like when you go to bed tonight, all of you know what you're doing tomorrow. All of you. If you say you don't know what you're doing tomorrow, you're a liar. Okay? You know exactly what you're doing tomorrow. So you need to write down what time you're going to wake up. Okay? So if you're going to wake up at 6:30 so that you can read and write down your gratitude and all that, set your alarm for 6:30 and write down 6:30, wake up. 6:35, gratitude. 6:40, read. 7 a.m., brush my teeth and say my affirmations in the mirror. 7:15, eat breakfast. Every single minute of your day should be accounted for. There should never be a free moment in your schedule. I will show you guys. Look at. I'm going to pull up my notes. Check this out. This is today. Literally today. I practice what I preach. 6:30, journal and read. 7 a.m., pack bags and make my son's lunch. 7:15, make breakfast and take vitamins. I have it all on here. Drop my son off at the bus stop. 8:40 a.m., send out happy birthday messages and 25 warm-up messages. Message the team chat, sauna, and stretch. 10 a.m., workout with personal trainer. 11 a.m., hot tub, 15 follow-up messages, message my team, drink water, and shower. 11:30 a.m., leave for haircut. I have every minute. I could go through all the way till 10 p.m. tonight. Okay? If you do that, guess what? Yes, your schedule might get messed up and thrown around, but you manage your time so that the next day when you wake up, you're not stressed out. You know exactly when your free gaps are to fill with Zoom calls, to fill with messaging people and prospecting people. Okay? So manage your time and manage your emotions. You guys got to be able to stay even keel for this 90 days. It's going to be draining. So you got to take care of yourself. You got to drink a lot of water. You got to make sure you're working out 45 minutes a day, getting your body moving. You got to make sure you're talking to your mentor every day. Your mentor is your lifeline in this 90-day run. I would not have gotten through 90-day runs if I wasn't talking to Joey every single day. Promise you. There were days where I was so frustrated. I'm like, all right, I gotta call Joey. And I would just talk to him about what was going on. And he would basically talk me through everything that I was going through. Right? And so your mentor is your lifeline during this. Manage your emotions by drinking water, working out, eating right, talking to a mentor, feeding your mind good stuff. Have personal development on in the background all day long. Have a headphone in and you got Tony Robbins playing, right? You got successful people playing in your mind. Rob Dyrdek, Jim Rohn, Earl Nightingale, Bob Proctor, anybody. It's playing in your ear all day long. Because if you got positive information, going into your brain all day long. It's going to be easy to manage your emotions. Okay. Um, Most important thing with this launch is to make the numbers your friend. Okay. Like I said at the beginning, the person who talks to the most people wins. The person who shows the most people wins. So you guys got to make the numbers your friend and reach out to as many people as you can. And again, we're going to have this chat set up in a way where you cannot fail. If you follow the tasks that are in this chat and you stay plugged into the chat every single day, that chat should be on, notifications on, high alert on your phone. Anytime you see that chat, it literally pops, like you see it and you're like, okay, I have to look at it. Anytime that chat has something go off, you look at it. That chat is the most important thing in your life for 90 days. Okay? That should be the first thing you look at when your phone goes off. And you just are plugged into that chat. We're going to teach you everything that you need to know in that chat. And you make the numbers your friend the next 90 days. It's going to be life changing, guys. So, and then number 5, I'm not even going to go over this, but it's the post launch. Okay. And I'll go into the post launch in the 90-day run group once we get to like the last 30 days. Okay. Because you guys don't even need to know what happens in the post launch unless you finish the 90-day run, unless you get to those last 30 days. Okay, but you can write down that number 5 is the post launch. There is something that happens after the 90-day run. So, all 93 of you, I seriously applaud you. Okay, we were on this call for almost 2 hours, and all of you have been on it, high energy, plugged in, taking notes. I see a lot of you on here taking notes right now, and it's just amazing. It shows that you want to take your life to the next level. 2025 is going to be an amazing year for all of us. I promise you that. But here's what I will tell you: knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. And so everything that you just learned on this call, re-go over the notes and figure out how you can change some of the habits in your life so you upgrade your self-worth. You destroy limiting beliefs. You start living a high performance life. And you start this 90-day run as a new version of yourself. And on April 1st of 2025, you're going to be making more money than you've ever made. You're going to be the healthiest version of yourself. You're going to be the happiest version of yourself. And I cannot wait to be celebrating you when you do that. So I appreciate you guys for jumping on this call. If you have any questions, like I said, Coach AJ95, feel free to DM me on Instagram, shoot me a follow. I'll be with you and be able to handle any of your guys' questions through this process. But if you want to get into the chat, remember, 100 names list, you got to send me a picture of it. Then I'll get you in the chat. You cannot add anyone else into the chat. I am the only one that can add people into the chat. So if you want to get in that chat, you got to message me. And I look forward to going on this run with you guys. Love you guys. I'll see you on the next call. Peace.